Hello my dear friends, this is Ritu and welcome to my channel. We are meeting again today with another recipe, and this is a very special one because it's entirely my own creation. I again have a star ingredient today, and the star has compelled me to bring all the other ingredients together to come up with a beautiful dish. So let's not waste time and let me run you through the ingredients. First of all, we have half a cup of rice over here. This is a regular rice we use at home, and it's very much local to the country we live in, that is Tanzania, and it's called bear rice. And then I have half a cup of red lentils, also Dhuli Masoor. Then I have one potato peeled and chopped into big chunks. Then I have around 2 small onions. This is 2 small onions, but it could be you can also use 1 large onion. And then what we have here is amaranth leaves. That's for in Hindi it's chalai, and in Swahili it is machicha over here. And this is the red one. It comes in different colors. The green, this is the red, which I have over here. I have around 3 bunches. That will be roughly around 300 to 400 grams. And I have chopped them and blanched them, and I've drained all the excess liquid also. Moving on to the spices, I have 1 teaspoon plus a little more of Kashmiri Red chili powder. Then I have half a teaspoon of Garam Masala, half a teaspoon of red chili powder, 1 teaspoon of coriander powder, half a teaspoon of cumin powder. Then I have salt to taste, and I have, last but not the least, ginger and garlic, which I'll be crushing it into a paste. The first step is that we bring the rice and the dal to a bowl, give it a good mix and a good wash also. Wash it and we drain it, and then we meet again. So here I have it, the washed dal and the rice. And again, I remember things as I go, so I have added some whole spices, some bay leaves, 1 cinnamon stick, and just 4 pods of cardamoms, and then 2 more somewhere over here. To this I'm going to add water. I have around 2 cups of water over here, so let's see how much it goes into it. So this is around 1 cup, and you should know how much water your rice needs. So accordingly I have 2 cups, and this much is still left. So to this I'm going to add the potatoes. You can even grate the potatoes if you want, but I'm adding chunks. I'm cooking the rice and the dal along with the potatoes and the whole spices. I also added, among the red Kashmiri Red chili powder, the one I had, I've added around 1/4 teaspoon to the cooker itself, and hopefully you'll get a red tinge. And after the first whistle, I'll lower the flame and cook it for another 5 minutes. Once I switch it off, I'll let it cool down naturally, and then we meet again. So here I have a cup full of amaranth leaves, which, as I've already mentioned, been blanched and drained. But to be on the safer side, I'm going to squeeze whatever liquid I can with my hands. I've done 2 draining, so just to ensure that there's no excess liquid in it, I'm going to squeeze it also with my hands. and let's see how much liquid comes out. I feel I have prevented a disaster from happening. With so much liquid in it, it would have spoiled the dish. Okay, so here I have the squeezed leaves, and I'm going to put them on the chopping board and try to chop it very finely. Though it's already chopped, but I'm doing another exercise. And if you have a food processor, then do this step in the food processor and add all the ingredients in it eventually, so everything comes together. Okay, I have the cooked the dal and the rice along with the potatoes. I have it here. I've taken off the cooker, the pressure cooker, and into a mixing bowl. Even I have my leaves, the saag over here, and what I'll do is I'm going to mash it up. This is a bit liquidish, but I think this should be okay because I have potatoes there inside it, and then I'm going to mash it right now before it becomes cool. Then I leave it to cool down before I add the rest of the ingredients. So here I have the cool mixture, which has thickened up a bit. And now I'm moving on to the next step. I have a pan heating, and then I am going to add some oil to it. And once the cumins cook, I'm going to add the onions to it. I'm also cooking onions because I want to avoid the moisture they will be releasing if I add it without cooking. Second thing is that then this snack becomes something which we can store. Because any snack with raw onion is very tough to manage. If it becomes liquidish, it may loses the shape. It becomes runny. It is a pain to cook. Now we cook the onions. We add the onion to the pan and just wait for it to turn translucent. I've added a pinch of salt also to the onions so that any moisture they might still have evaporates. And then I add the ginger garlic paste. The onion and the ginger garlic paste, just a quick stir, not too extensive cooking. Then I add the spices, the coriander powder and the cumin powder, the Garam Masala, the red chili, and then finally the Kashmiri Red chili powder. A good mix. I also did remove all the whole spices from the dal and rice mix. Just a cook stir, and then I add the other. So here I have all the ingredients into the pan, and then I add salt to taste. Salt and chili should be used according to your own taste. I've just added 2 tablespoons of breadcrumbs just so that it drinks up all the excess moisture in this mix. I'm just cooking it so that starts leaving the pan, which has already started leaving the pan. And then I'll transfer into a bowl for cooling down. I just poured the whole mix into a bowl, and then I leave it for at least 15-20 minutes to 20 to 30 minutes to cool down completely. and then we move on to the next step. Now I have this mixture. It is cool, but it's not completely cool. It is still slightly hot, warm I would say, not hot. Then I have some water just to moisten my hand, and then I have cashews, halved cashews. So I move on to the next. So this is how I'm proceeding. I've portioned the dough with a spoon. So we'll try to keep the same size. Then I've lined up my place, how I'm going to work. I'm going to roll the dough into small balls, flatten them, dust them with a bit of breadcrumbs, not to give them a very crusty outer layer, but just so that they don't stick to each other when they sit in a container. And then I can let it cool down properly in the fridge. And this can then be stored also like this, frozen also, and or you can leave it, but it needs to sit in the fridge for at least 3 to 4 hours before we cook it. So this is how I'm progressing. This is a bit more than what I really wanted about the crumbs. This is what I want so that they don't stick. So what I do is I make a ball, lightly roll it into the crumbs without the slurry, and then again in my two palms I roll it back again. So then I come to this stage and I am storing. I have this batch ready without the cashews. So just to make it a bit ornamental, I'm going to add the cashews to the other ones. So what I've done is I've just made random balls out of the remaining few. I'm going to flatten it a bit, okay? And I have not touched it with the breadcrumbs yet. After I put the cashew, just pushing it in a bit, and then I coat it with the crumbs. And with my palms, I'm just going to roll it a bit so that the breadcrumbs settle into the kebabs like this. So it is just a very light covering of breadcrumbs to this kebab. So I have this batch ready. Down below is a layer where I have not added the cashews. And cashews are something more like an ornamental one, and this is at this stage, like I mentioned before, you can freeze it, but it needs to rest in the fridge. Because the onions are cooked, you can make it ahead of time also. Make it ahead for your gathering or any sort of party or anything. And once it goes into the fridge, it needs at least 3 to 4 hours. If you make it a day before, ideally it should be made a day before. So now this is going into the fridge to sit, and then we meet again. The moment of truth, and this is really hot. Don't let the oil get so hot. So I've just lowered the flame to the minimum. I don't think there should be any problem in frying, but don't turn it till it starts getting brown from the bottom. So let it cook gently. I'm increasing the flame. Medium flame should do the wonders. And it's very easy to cook. Very easy. And let's see how it tastes also now. Out of the whole mix, all the ingredients I've used, I've made around 16 to 17 kebabs, and the only thing I'm missing in this dish is the beetroots. If I didn't have, and I was so totally inspired by this concept of this recipe that I couldn't wait also, and as I didn't have it and couldn't source it today itself, so I've done it without beetroots. Secondly, the recipe ingredients ran so well. The dal. Lal is the color of the saag, and then dal is the lentil we've used, and chawal is the rice. So it's dal. It's lal dal chawal kebab. That's what I was thinking. I'll name it, but I felt no. This needs to have a grand royal name. So I'm going to name it the Lal Gulal Kebab. It is definitely inspired by something, and that is the hara kebab, hara bhara kebab. And I hope the hara kebab is not too envious or too green with envy, looking at this pretty red cousin. I hope you'll enjoy this recipe as much as I enjoyed making it. Enjoy it as a snack with evening tea, or as a starter with a dip of your choice. Any chutney, tangy, spicy. And another thing I would like opinion about the name. If anybody among my viewers has a better opinion or a better name, please let me know. Leave it in the comments. I would also like to mention that I do put all the ingredients and the tips in the description box. So if anywhere anything is missing, please let me know. Bye for now and take care.